Kaylee, who is following you, Scanlan, with a bottle of wine and 2 glasses.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
She's gonna rob you blind.
As you all go to your your various rooms, Kaylee pulls out the chair and the table in the far end of the bedroom, sits down and begins to pour glasses of wine and sits across. You guys have drinks and begin various conversations about. She's that good of a flute player. So she asks you about your history and kind of your travels and how you met Dr. Dransel and everything.
I tell her all the best parts and leave out the naughty bits.
Interesting tale.
Kingslayer,
Right, I
leader
remember.
of a rebellion, you know.
So you've said a number of
Yes.
times. She kind of drinks a little bit more of the wine, sits it down. I guess I should tell you a bit about myself then.
Yes, please. I'm fascinated.
Well, I grew up in Kymel, mostly, before moving to Westerun to train at the College of the White Duke. Finest of the birds he was.
Yes.
My mum gave all her savings to put me up there. Now, I only joined the troop about 6 months back. It was my 3rd year at the Duke's when the good doctor came through, and well, I seized the opportunity. Now, to be perfectly honest up front, I've already heard a bit about your tale of Shorthalt. The charming of the Pauper Prince, your rendition of Summer's Sunder at the cliffs of Dagger Bay. I've been hoping our paths would cross.
And then I disguised us all as cows. I know, brilliant, right? Right?
Tell me, Scanlan Shorthalt, how did you, of all people, find yourself overthrowing tyrants and slaying dragons?
Well, I'm flattered, and you have quite a lot of talent for just having played with the troupe for 6 months. I was impressed back there.
Thank you very much.
Also not opposed to being called Daddy if the mood suits. Huh?
I've been wanting to do this for a while now.
You know, I've heard most of these stories. My mother, Sybil.
Who?
Sybil, a fine gnomish lass. She was some years ago. She came across a smooth silver-tongued flautist who blew through like the wind and disappeared. Took her innocence with a promise, then vanished just as suddenly. Left her a child to raise on the income of a quilter, she did. Now, growing up, I hear tale and tale of your musical feats, as my mother took on a 3rd job to support us. A few bad harvests just south of Silvercut. Being the only tiny female fair folk in such a rural town means being preyed upon, so I learned to use a blade quickly. And to wield my charm just as viciously. Seems that runs in the family, eh?
I
I practiced. I stole. Lied about my age and eventually paid my way into the Duke's College so I can find you. Prove you a scoundrel. At this point, you see her stand up. She begins to draw a small blade from her side.
Dr. Dransel spun many a tale about you, Scanlan Shorthalt.
Yeah, I mean, that's not surprising. That guy seemed like a bit of a fanboy.
But most of his stories I'd already heard from my mother.
Huh. You must make her quite proud? Yeah.
Aye, she would be proud.
Oh my god!
Her face is hardened and still as she stares at you. You see a slight tremble in her hand. This day, Scanlan Shorthalt, I beat you at your own song. Now I come to take your dignity. Now take up your sword.
First of all, Kaylee, it's so wonderful to meet you.
Don't try it on me.
No. Listen, I have my faults, for sure, but I didn't know that you existed. I would have come to visit. I would have come to meet you. How can you fault me for something that I did not know about?
Do you even remember Sybil?
I mean, could you describe her a little more detailed?
Yikes.
Proud I'm finally meeting the silver-tongued devil who whispered empty promises in her ear, then disappeared, leaving her with nothing but a song and me.
Wait! I'm Daddy?
Really, a lot of handsy sort of. I mean, I think I remember her quite well, and she was a wonderful person, and you should be honored to have such a wonderful person as your parent, and not someone like me, because I was a scoundrel. You're right.
You are a scoundrel.
I have been in past moments in my life a scoundrel.
Do you even realize you nearly invited your daughter up to sleep with you?
I mean,
You
feel
don't
like
care.
I wouldn't have let it go that far.
You have no boundaries. You take what you like and you keep walking on. You trick folk. Now draw your blade.
I don't want to fight you, if that's what you're insinuating. Listen, I know that I've made mistakes in my life. I've admitted as much before, and I don't know why I'm this way. I must need to do a lot of soul searching to come up with an answer, but there is a woman who I love very dearly and who I would do anything for, and I'm trying to be a better person. I haven't been to a whorehouse in months. That's a big step for me. Big step. I know that sounds callous and cruel, but I've tried to be a better person. If you're here to fight me, I'm afraid you're going to be terribly disappointed, because I will just let you kill me if that's what it takes. I didn't know you existed, and my heart is breaking 100 times now for not knowing it. Every year that you've been alive is a year I could have been a better person and known someone who could have made me a better person, and I'm only sorry that I didn't know it. If there's anything I can do for you from now on, if you are truly my blood, I will, because among my many faults, ego is certainly one of them, and knowing you're part of me makes me love you even more.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage for that speech.
Persuasion?
With advantage.
It won't matter.
You're telling me that I...
You came up here to sleep with your daughter.
No, I mean, no, I feel like I wouldn't have let it get that far. Wait, I had no idea you existed. But look, now that I do, I recognize your eyes, your ears,